going to do a little arc to try to get under you. 100 feet back, making that dive. Too cool here.
That 38 is no matter what I do, he's today.
Race friends, it's time for the fastest 2 hours in motorsports. It's time for On Pit Road Racing, right here, right now, live from downtown Las Vegas on the flagship station, the WCOBM television network. Our race team will have all the latest news, updates, and interviews for the world of motorsports. So buckle up and pull those belts tight. The green flag is in the air, and it's time to go racing. And here are the hosts of On Pit Road Racing, Alan Michaels and the First Lady, Diane Fox.
Here and there's the stream. We are live with you right here from downtown Las Vegas, inside the Neonopolis Complex. 450 Fremont Street is the home of the WCOBM network. Yours truly, Alan Michaels, in the main control room today. Diane is off today, healing up a little bit. Indy Mike is over in Indianapolis. He's enjoying the 500 and the 500 weekend this weekend. 44 years Indy Mike has been to the 500, man. So we'll talk with Indy Mike next week. And, of course, we've got all the updates and everything that's going on. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we've got 15-year-old female driving sensation Danica Dark is going to join us from Washington State on the satellite. This little lady is, I don't think she's been in the racing business too long, but she's accomplished over 2,000 laps on the tracks that she's been at. So we're going to talk to this little lady and find out all about racing around the country here for you. On Pit Road Racing comes to you live from the WCOBM studios. We are located downtown Las Vegas at 450 Fremont Street. The show airs each and every weekday from 5 to 7 p.m., and we stream it right here at WCOBM.tv across multiple platforms on Facebook channels, YouTube, Twitter. We've got it all for you, man. So just log on to, and of course, after the show's over with, we put it all together and we've got an archive section right there ready to go for you on youtube.com/On Pit Road Racing. Also, I want to remind you, see it scrolling across, man, this program benefits one thing and one thing only. That is the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame right there. And we encourage you to log on to hotshoehof.com, hit that donate tab, and I've got a little bit more information as we get through the show here about how businesses now can be part of On Pit Road Racing and the WCOBM network, okay? Just to let you know, man, we've got some great guests coming up the show. Danica coming up a little bit later on. Still coming up, GMS Racing Team from the NASCAR Craftsman Truck. We'll have Grant Enfinger, Rahul Carew, and Daniel Dye's all going to be joining us. Jeff Motley, who's the Vice President of Media Relations, he will be stopping by along with Brendan Gaughan. And Jeff will talk about how it is to control 11 to 1,200 media people over a weekend at NASCAR at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And, of course, Brendan Gaughan and his whole family, the Gaughan family, they've got the South Point Hotel Casino. Of course, his grandfather with the El Cortez, Brandon with a successful racing career, both on asphalt and dirt. So we'll talk to him about that. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, man, it's real easy. Just contact Diane Fox at 702-803-0875. That's 702-803-0875, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 on Pacific time, or you can drop her an email at onpitroadracing@gmail.com. And what we would do is add you as the local racers around the country to our program called Racing Around the Country. That segment comes up at the bottom of each hour. And like I said earlier, Danica Dark will join us from Washington State through the satellite connection out there. Real quickly, man, racing weather this weekend, because it is the biggest racing weekend of all times, man. We get it all kicked off this weekend. We start with breakfast in Monaco. That is right. The Grand Prix of Monaco, the King Daddy, the master one of them all, gets kicked under Sunday, May 28th at 6 a.m. Eastern time. You can watch it on ESPN. And, of course, they're at the Circuit at Del Monaco right there. Indy cars for lunchtime, the 107th running of the Indy 500. NBC and Peacock have the coverage starting at 11:30 a.m. here in the East Coast, and, of course, a little bit earlier here out on the West Coast time. And then we wrap it up with a late afternoon barbecue or dinner. It's dinner in Charlotte. That's right, for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. Sunday, May 28th, 2013. Coverage starts just about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and Fox has got it for you, okay? Racing weather through the weekend this weekend. Las Vegas, man, here we got sunny skies with temperatures right around the mid-90s. Nighttime lows right around the mid-60s. for Monaco this weekend, man, looking pretty good. They've got a slight chance of rain on Sunday, but temperatures are going to be looking really good. Mid-70s for the daytime high, low 60s for the nighttime low. For Indianapolis, lunchtime in the 500, man, well, I think it's going to be pretty good weather out there. They've got a slight chance of rain and clouds on Sunday, but I don't think it's going to affect the race. Daytime highs in the lower 80s, nighttime lows in the 60s. And for Charlotte, for the Coca-Cola 600, man, not looking too good. The truck should have a pretty good day on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday for the Xfinity Series, we've got 70% chance of lightning, thunderstorms, and heavy rain in the Charlotte Concord area, with daytime highs right around, the daytime highs right around the mid-60s, nighttime lows right around the mid-50s. Race and weather brought to you by our good friends at the Woods Family Sandwiches, man, one of the greatest delis around in this area, wfsandwiches.com. Place your order, pick it up, man. They'll bring it to you, whatever they need to do. And, of course, they're a great catering for this show here. Still to come up, we've got racing news and notes for you. We're going to start that all off. And before I get to that, I want to do a couple of quick things. I want to get some shout-outs out here today. I want to say hi to Danica and her family up there in the Washington Strait. Racing action here in Las Vegas coming up for you, everybody. South Point 400 weekend, October 13th through the 15th, 2023. Tickets are at lvms.com. If you're liking that drag racing, well, the NHRA is back here in Las Vegas Thursday, October 26th through Sunday, October 29th of 2023. It's the NHR Camping World Series. Now, this is 2-wide racing, folks, not 4-wide, 2-wide. And, man, usually when it gets down to this, the championship is usually decided here in Las Vegas. It has been over the past couple of years. Looking for tickets for that event, lvms.com, or you can shout out at the nhra.com, and they've got all the tabs where you can get tickets, camping, everything else. Also, man, shout outs going around to the country. Bull Ring racing this weekend, next weekend, June 3rd is their next event. Bowman Gray Stadium over in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You guys are racing at the Madhouse this weekend, May 27th. South Boston, man, I love that track back. He's home of the fried bologna sandwich, man. June 23rd, you're next week. Langley Speedway over in the Virginia area, man, you're up June 3rd for your next event. Irwindale, our good friends over in California, you want to say hi to those guys down there. You're racing this weekend, May 27th. And I want to say hi to our good friend Kenny Shepard over there at Madeira Speedway. Back in action in Madeira, June 17th. And for you folks in Florida, man, check out New Smyrna Speedway. June 10th is their next map. I want to say hi and a special shout out to Chris and Kim Martin up in Canada. Hi to you guys out there, man. We're hoping to get Chris on this program. This young man has got a great story to tell, and we'll just save it there. Also, I want to say a big shout out to Big Daddy Paul down in Mississippi. Also to Rachel and Tim, man. They're brewing that beer up there in Portland, Oregon. So you guys definitely take good care, and thanks for joining the program. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get your racing news and notes. We're about 20 minutes away from our special guest, Danica Dark, will join us on the satellite. It's all coming up right here on Pit Road Racing, live downtown Las Vegas, WCOVM. Right back after this, everybody.
The bright lights, the glitz, the glamour. It all means nothing without a shot. A chance to turn dreams into reality. To change your destiny. To make history. Nothing's given. Everything earned. It's more than a race. It's a shot at a championship.
Let's go get a championship, baby!
The NASCAR playoffs return to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400, October 13th through 15th.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, hey, you want some shoes? I said, yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well. And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. Well, I'm not we, but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone. You know, it makes for good karma or good energy, whatever it takes. Hell, I ought to do a product placement for Coca-Cola, too.
You're pushing it, Turtle, but have a good day. Thanks, mate. I appreciate you coming on camera.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
All right, talk to you later.
Later, dude.
About 10 minutes after the hour of On Pit Road Racing is live downtown Fremont Street. Alan Michaels in the control center today. Diane Fox back at race control. Steve Mike is in Indianapolis. We gave him a week off. We told him just to go have a good time and enjoy the 500 this weekend, and we'll get with Mike next weekend, get it all. Coming up in about 15 minutes or so, our special guest racing around the country from the great state of Washington, Danica Dark, 15-year-old sensation running that pro late model. Man, we're going to talk to her and get all of the information. Really quickly, before I get that, you see it scrolling across your screen, ladies and gentlemen, race fans out there. This program is brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame and the Gene Woods Racing Experience, also the WCOB and Network. But the big thing of this is how that you can get involved, okay? We're going to have it up on our Facebook, but I'm going to tell you right now, businesses, that if you would like to get involved, it's real easy. This is all you need to do. Contact us at 702-803-0875 or drop us an email at onpitroadracing@gmail.com. $500 donation will buy 50 pairs of tennis shoes. And out of that, we will give you 250 commercials to air on this program and this network, okay? It is 100% tax deductible. The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, and it's real easy. All you need to do is go to Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. It's hotshoehof.com. That's the email or the website address, I'm sorry. Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, HOF.com. You're going to scroll down and you're going to see the mission statement there. You're going to see a donate tab. You can do it that way. But this will give you all the information about what we do. These are called heart shoes. In fact, I will hold them up in front of the camera right here for you all to see them. You see those? What we do, we have purchased thousands of pairs of these things. We are a 501c3. That means we have cleared ourselves for a nonprofit organization. You will not write On Pit Road Racing a check. You will not write the WCOBM a check. You would write Hot Shoe Hall of Fame a check. Once again, nonprofit organization. $500 gets you 250 30-second commercials on this network, 2.1 million followers, over almost 100,000 over on the social media accounts. This is open for businesses right here, okay? So that's what we're doing with that. Just wanted to bring that to you. Once again, hotshoehof.com. Look at it. See the shoes. We've got it. You want to be a partner, get a hold of us, 702-803-0875, or drop us an email. We'll give you all the details. We'll send you the packets, everything that you need to give. 100% of this money goes to buy shoes, okay? That's it. Nobody's taking a salary off of this. Nobody's taking any money off of this thing here. We are out to put shoes. You saw the video clip that we played. We've got another one we're going to show you from Sacramento that we did up there last weekend when Gene Woods and the whole crew from the Hot Shoe was up there at Sacramento Mile, okay? Coming up about 15 minutes after, about 15 minutes away, we're going to join Danica Dark. She'll join us on a satellite, 15-year-old out of Washington. Let's do some little racing and news and notes and updates for you, man. NHRA, the Camping World NHRA Series. Back up at the Route 66 Raceway this past weekend. Top Fuel, man, left-hand lane was Clay Milligan, man, and he won the event in the Top Fuel. ETA, 3.801 seconds. That's 328.94 miles an hour. He outlasted Josh Hart, who set up in the right-hand lane. Funny car, man. Ron Capps has been on the cap, all that. Man, I'm just telling you, Ron Capps has been just a kick and rear. Defending champion of the funny car. And, of course, him and Matt Hagan been going at it all year. But this round on the right-hand lane, it was Tim Wilkinson. He was the winner in funny car, and his ETA, 3.966 seconds. That's a speed of 325.14 miles an hour. And Tim Wilkinson picks up the win in funny car at Route 66. Pro Stock, man, Just haven't seen anything from Erica Enders. I just don't know what's going on, but it was Dallas Glenn, winner for you this week. ETA for Dallas, 6.562 seconds. That's 209.95 miles per hour. Pro Stock Motorcycles, man, Gage Herrera, guy's on just a roll, man. ETA of 6.717 seconds. That's speed of 201.25 miles an hour. Man, he was just a tick off, really, from the Pro Stock. Next up for the NHRA coming up June 2nd through the 4th, New England Nationals right there. So that's what's happening with that. Just to let you know, points right now, it's Steve Torrance on top of Justin Ashley in the top fuel. And we've got Matt Hagan up on top of Alexis DeJoria. Dallas Glenn leads the Pro Stock division. And it's Gage Herrera and Pro Motorcycles out there for you. So that's a look at that NHRA news for you. Looking good. I'm glad to see those guys get out and about. And I'll be looking forward to have them back in Las Vegas once again coming up Halloween weekend here. So get your tickets at NHRA.com, LVMS.com. Halloween weekend, all the teams all dress up at Halloween stuff. It's just a real good fun time. Some NHRA news wrapping up for you. We'll move on to F1. Japanese manufacturer Honda will launch a full-scale return to Formula One in 2006 as it works on its power unit. It's supplied to Aston Martin. Honda left F1 at the end of the 2021 season after a 7-year stay in the sport. So they're working on that. So it looks like Honda is going to get back up into F1. So this might open up the door. We talked to Eddie Mike a couple of weeks ago that Andretti Motorsports is looking to get Cadillac involved into this. So that's an American-made dealer, both Honda, Japanese-made. And, of course, I think most of the cars are still made here in the States nowadays. But anyhow, the point I'm trying to get to, if the F1 division is going to allow this to happen, I think this could open up the doors for Andretti Motorsports and for them to get a Cadillac in there. So we'll see what happens with that. And, of course, in F1, couple of notes. Rumors are flying around right now that Mercedes, who has partnered with the Silverstone and also with Lewis Hamilton, is not real happy with Hamilton's results. In fact, there's talk at the end of the year that Hamilton might be leaving Mercedes. Could he jump over to Ferrari? I know that those guys have been biting at the chip to try to get him over there. So we'll see what happens with that. And, of course, this weekend kicks off the biggest weekend of race in Monaco this weekend, Sunday, May 28th, and you can catch it on ESPN, okay? Looking at just about 17 minutes after the hour, coming up on 5:30 here. Danica Dark will join us, and we'll talk racing around the country. Little news from IndyCar, of course, this week is all setting up for the 500 up there, the 107th running of the Indianapolis 500. Final practices came out on Monday. Will Power up on top of the speed charts, followed by Scott Dixon, Tuma Saskata, Alex Palou, and Tony Kanaan out there, your top 5. On the pole, ready to go, looking ready. It's going to be Alex Palou. Then you've got, it's just a Chip Ganassi. Patty O'Ward's up in there, Scott Dixon, Alexander Rossi, and that Arrow McLaren this year. So it's going to be a full field of 33 drivers out there for the Indianapolis 500. Going to be a great race. Lunchtime. Kick it off on NBC and Peacock. Also, a couple of quick news. Ray Hall Letterman has announced that their driver Wilson is going to be out for the greatest spectacular in racing, and Graham Rahal is going to step into that car. Apparently he's Stefan Wilson has had some problems, back injuries, some problems with his back, so they're taking him out of the car, and Graham Rahal will sit in for that. And, of course, the Rahal family coming right out of Columbus, Ohio. And so that's going to be interesting to see. Of course, Bobby Rahal, man, I remember watching him as a kid going up to mid-Ohio in Columbus and watching him up there. So it should be a really good thing. Hey, we still got some NASCAR news and notes. I want to take one more quick break. We'll do that, and then we should be set up and ready to go with our special guest today, Miss Danica Dark. Will join us via the satellite coming up at 5:30. We'll take a real quick break, come right back. We'll get you caught up on NASCAR. We'll do it all right after this, everybody.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. Downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
The bright light.
Let me see if I can get it to work one more time. The bright lights out there. Everybody back right after this.
The bright lights, the glitz, the glamour. It all means nothing without a shot. A chance to turn dreams into reality. To change your destiny. To make history. Nothing's given. Everything earned. It's more than a race. It's a shot at a championship.
Let's go get a championship, baby!
The NASCAR playoffs return to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400, October 13th through 15th.
And we are back with you there, and we encourage you to get your tickets. Still coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. Danica Dark out of Washington State will join us, pro late model driver, 15 years old. So we'll speak with her. She's coming up, okay? Also, I want to remind you, coming up next week, another guy from the West Coast, Hayden Plyborn, will join us. Man, this kid is on a roll, too. He's from Spokane, Washington. He'll go racing around the country. And then also next week, Brad Oxley, who's the United States U.S. National Speedway motorcycle champion from 1987 and 1999. But Brad is also a promoter down at Costa Mesa Speedway. Indy Mike will be back with us. Diane will be back in the studios, so we'll get ready to go with that, okay? Hey, a little bit of NASCAR notes here for you, brought to you by the Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas. Also, that second location out at 121 East Sunset Road, right there just by the airport. That's the big fast track. Downtown Drifting, outdoor fast track for you. North Wilkesboro, I want to talk about, before I even get into the results on this, I'm hoping NASCAR opened up its eyes this weekend. I really do. Because they saw a packed house, packed to the walls. Every drink was sold, every beer, every cola, every merchandising bit was gone. That's right, gone. A good classic old beaten and banging short track. Now, don't get me wrong. I love NASCAR. I love stock car racing. I love anything that's got a motor, 4 wheels, 2 wheels, and goes fast. But that's what NASCAR was. Some say the track needed a little bit of work on it. Well, if you got to pave the track, pave the track. It hadn't been paved in 40 years. So pave it. Chicago street racing. No. Nobody in the motorsports division wants to hear NASCAR going downtown Chicago with mufflers on the cars. That is not what NASCAR is. If that's the case, then you might as well turn the cars all electric. There won't be any noise at all. The sensation of going to motorsports, whether you like NASCAR, you like IndyCar, you like Formula One, you like NHRA, if you like World of Outlaws, it doesn't make a difference, asphalt or dirt. The point that I'm trying to get here to is NASCAR, open up your eyes and realize where the markets and where the fans are at. The next step that NASCAR should really look at is Rockingham. Rockingham and Wilkesboro would be great for the All-Star. Be great for it there. Packed house. Beating and banging. That's what, the only time that they're going fast is what, basically 4 tracks. Talladega, Daytona, Pocono, and Michigan. Well, you got to add Atlanta in there now because Atlanta is just absolute crazy. Okay? Street racing or road course racing was always been good with NASCAR at Sonoma and Watkins Glen. 2 great tracks. Fantastic tracks. We don't need COTA. We don't need street racing in Chicago. We need to get back to what NASCAR came to. Short track, beating and banging racing. Half mile, 3/4 mile, mile tracks. The 1.5 miles are good. But we don't need all this street racing. We don't need all this, take the mufflers. We don't need that. Let's let them race. Some of the best racing. Kyle Larson definitely had the truck to beat on Saturday, and he had the car to beat on Sunday. No one could touch him. No one. Kyle Larson damn near lapped the entire field. That's how good a car it was. They set it up. As Rusty Wallace used to say, it's on a rail. It's rolling. I do believe that Kyle Larson is probably right now, pound for pound, talent for talent, probably the best driver out there. And I'm just not talking NASCAR. Look what he does on the dirt. I mean, they suspended him for a year, and what did he do? He went dirt racing and ran 90 events and won 86 out of 90 events. They got a seat ready to go for him next year for the Indy 500. Speaking of that, rumors are coming across that Kyle Busch really wants a shot at this. He wants a shot at trying this. Time is running short on Kyle. He's not getting any younger. So this could be interesting. But once again, if the higher-ups in NASCAR did not see what happened at Wilkesboro, then y'all blind. Packed house, packed everything. I mean, I watched the post-race interview, and I listened to John Roberts and Claire Lang on Sirius XM after it was over with, and I heard a couple of complaints about maybe the track. Well, pave the track. Let them race there. Anyhow, Kyle Larson, Ty Majeski, Matty D, Carson Hocevar, and Bubba Wallace, your top 5 truck races. It was a non-points playing race, so that means there was no points up on it. As they head into Charlotte this weekend, it's Corey Helm, Ty Majeski, Zane Smith, Grant Enfinger, Christian Eckes, top 5 in the points. They got a doubleheader there that day, too. ARCA West Series is going to be running first at 6 p.m. And then the North Carolina Education 200. Xfinity Racing's back this weekend. They had a weekend, so they're back this weekend. They'll be in Charlotte. NASCAR, once again, man, I don't know what else to say. But Kyle Larson had the car to beat. He had the car, and nobody could touch him. So, you all know how it ended up. Kyle, Bubba, Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, Chase Elliott round out the top 5. Once again, no points on this one. So it's still Chastain, Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, and William Byron. Top 5 in the points. Everybody's moving down. Well, I got some emails about this. I think a bunch of you saw this. Post-race interview, Bubba Wallace is down interviewing with Jamie Little. Into the interview comes, and Bubba decides he's going to fly the middle finger. Folks, let's just calm down. Now, according to NASCAR, they're not going to find him that he was making a gesture to a friend off camera. What they sort of need to worry about here, not only could NASCAR put something, but the Federal Communication, the FCC could have done something too. They could have fined NBC for that. Bubba, settle down. You got some talent. Quit your whining. I don't belong here. I'm not a good enough driver. Da-da-da-da-da. Stop. You got a ride. You got a seat. You got a sponsor. I'm going to tell you, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Columbia brand clothing brand was on his fire suit. And if I was the people of Columbia, I think I might be a little bit upset about this. Look what happened. You know, Kyle Busch, look at what happened to Kyle Busch 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, he kept rolling and rolling and rolling. And Mars came back and said, calm down, or we're going to take the sponsorship money away. And that's what rules this, folks. You all know that. You guys are racing fans out there. You know what controls this sport. Money. You got to have money to race. I interviewed Richard Childress several years ago. He told me, he said, Alan, you know how a billionaire becomes a millionaire? And I said, no, Mr. Childress, how? He said, you buy a race team. He said, then he looked at me, he says, Alan, do you know how a millionaire goes broke? And I said, no, Mr. Childress, how? He said, you sponsor the race team. These guys, these drivers, male or female, are depending on sponsorship money. And I think if I was Columbia, I'd be a little bit upset. I think I would have had a call to Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. So anyhow, that's what's going on with that. I mean, things are just getting out of control here. William Bowman's coming back. He'll be back this weekend. They did a pre-test in Charlotte. So Bowman's going to be back. Back injury. That's another thing. These guys out doing these other things. It's something to see. Quick break. I got to tap in with Danica, and we'll get her off and get her ready to go. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. You're watching On Pit Road Racing, live from the WCOBM studios, downtown Las Vegas. Everybody stick right here with us.
Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, hey, you want some shoes? I said, yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well. And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone. You know, it makes for good karma or good energy, whatever it takes. Hell, I ought to do a product placement for Coca-Cola, too.
You're pushing the turtle, but have a good day. Thanks, mate. I appreciate you coming on camera.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
All right, talk to you later.
Later, dude.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
The bright lights, the glitz, the glamour. It all means nothing without a shot. A chance to turn dreams into reality. To change your destiny. To make history. Nothing is given. Everything earned. It's more than a race. It's a shot at a championship.
Let's go get a championship, baby!
The NASCAR playoffs return to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400, October 13th through 15th. The bright lights, the glitz, the glamour. It all means nothing without a shot. A chance to turn dreams into reality. To change your destiny. To make history. Nothing is given. Everything earned. It's more than a race. It's a shot at a championship.
Let's go get a championship, baby!
The NASCAR playoffs return to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400, October 13th through 15th.
Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, hey, you want some shoes? I said, yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well. And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone. You know, it makes for good karma or good energy, whatever it takes. Hell, I ought to do a product placement for Coca-Cola too.
You're pushing it, Turtle, but have a good day. Thanks, mate. I appreciate you coming on camera.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
All right, talk to you later.
Later, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ralph Shaheen, the voice of almost everything in motorsports. Ralphie, welcome to the Sacramento Mile.
Thanks, buddy. It's great to be back home here in Sacramento, and the Mile is such a legendary event. All the heroes of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame here with us. It's going to be a great night of racing.
All right, I need you to give us a shout out for On Pit Road Racing, which is a great motorsport show. Alan Michael and family down there in Vegas out of Gene's Racetrack. It's full grassroots. Give them a little bit of what the flavor of the Sacramento Mile is. Some people don't know.
Well, this is one of those events, should be on everybody's bucket list. Miles are certainly the most exciting form to me of American flat track racing. And the Sacramento Mile is a truly legendary event. 57th edition of it this year. So make sure you come up here and check this event out. Not that far from Vegas. It's easy, just jump on a quick flight, get up here, have a good time. You'll be home plenty of time before the casinos get too busy the next day. So we'll see you down there.
All right, thanks, buddy. Have a good day and good luck on the call.
Hey, we look forward to seeing all this stuff on Pit Road with you guys. Love it. Great job. Keep it up down there in Vegas.
The bright lights, the glitz, the glamour. It all means nothing without a shot. A chance to turn dreams into reality. To change your destiny. To make history. Nothing's given. Everything earned. It's more than a race. It's a shot at a championship.
Let's go get a championship, baby!
The NASCAR playoffs return to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400, October 13th through 15th.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Oh, there she is. I can see her now. Can you hear me, Danica? Wave, say hi. There she is. All right, let's pop her in on the screen. And there we go. And let me get rid of this. And there we are. We are back on Pit Road Racing downtown live in Las Vegas. Let me grab my notes here. 15-year-old sensation. Danica, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There you go. 15 years old, over 2,000 laps. Little lady, when did you start racing? When you're what, 3 years old to get 2,000 laps in?
Yeah, I started racing when I was like 5, and I'm almost 16 now. So
Almost 16. And you're running a pro late model. Is that your machine? Is that your ride that I see in the background right there?
Yeah,
is that
I have
it?
This is my old one, and then I have one outside getting ready to go to this like touch a truck thing tomorrow at my school. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, so you got a little PR appearance. So you started racing. What division did you start? Did you start in go-karts? How did you get involved in a racing?
Yeah, so I started in a quarter midget, and I ended up having like a lot of success in quarter midgets. I won over probably 60 races, and I went to Las Vegas and won Winter Nationals down there when I was 8. And then I went into a bandolero, and I had somewhat of a good career in bandos. And then now I'm racing 2 late models and go-karts on dirt. So yeah, and I just got this thingy, the sprint card type of thing.
This thing behind. Now are you running both asphalt and dirt, right?
Yeah. Yep,
You're
I'm running
running
my
both
go-kart on dirt.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the asphalt. Now you're running a pro late model. See, down here they used to call them super late models for years, and then they changed it too. Now, are you guys running a crate motor up there too?
Yeah, we're doing crates. There's super late models also. I'm racing a super late model at the Montana 200.
So that are you running a crate motor? Now, see, here in Las Vegas, this is how they did it at the Bull Ring. If you run the crate motor, then you run the crate motor. If you run an open motor in it, then they're going to add 300 pounds of lead to the door. Do they pretty much do that the same way up in your area?
Yeah, and that's basically what we did when we went down to Vegas. We usually go down like once or twice a year to the Bull Ring.
Right.
So, yep, we just keep it the same.
Oh, wait a second. Now you've actually run at the bull ring here.
Yeah. My
Wow.
next race at the bull ring is October 25th through the 28th.
Wow. So you guys are gonna be down here. Well, let's see what's going
Yep.
on that weekend. And I think NHRA's here that weekend across the
Yeah.
road. I think they're here
Yeah.
that weekend too.
It's gonna be
That's
super
the double
fun.
weekend. Yeah, because we
Yeah.
have to split our time. Diane and I, we're bouncing back and forth from a
Oh, I
go-kart
bet.
or a golf cart, across the lot there to catch you
Yeah.
guys and to catch the NHRA too. So, well,
Yeah.
that's just really neat. I mean, let's talk about. I'm very bad, Danica, when it comes to trying to pronounce all these track names. Is it Winnahatchee? Is that the name of your speedway? Your home speedway?
Wenatchee. Yeah, Wenatchee
Okay.
Valley Super Oval.
Okay. So, tell us a little bit about that track.
So it's a quarter mile. It's kind of like a D
Okay.
shaped. It's my home track, like 40 minutes away.
Right.
And yeah, I really like it. It's a pretty neat track.
Is now we've got some ladies. Have you met Kaylee Barker down here in Las Vegas? Did you meet Kaylee when you were here?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Kaylee ran a super late model, then she moved to a modified. She is actually the winningest female driver at the bull ring. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I would, is there a lot of now? Is there a lot? Women are getting into this sport more and more and more. Now, where
Yeah.
you're from up in Washington, are there a lot of ladies that are doing what you're doing?
Kinda. There's two other girls, Kaden and Haley. And
Right.
I think there's one other. So like three girls.
There's three of you. Okay.
Older than me though.
Older
So
than you.
yeah.
Okay. And where do you see yourself and where would you like to go? Are you a lady that wants to stay in the stock cars or are you open up to travel to something different? What would you like to do?
So the thing is I succeed a lot more in open wheels. I always have. I always win and open wheels on dirt, and that's like what I really want to do. And we're hoping next year to get into a dirt midget. I have like
Okay.
this thing going on right now with the sponsor and stuff, like figuring that all out. But I always want to race a late model. I feel like I want to get success in late models and like see how far I can go because it's a hard thing to do. And I find open wheels very easy. My dad used to race World of Outlaw in a sprint car.
Right.
And yeah, so I just find that comes like naturally to me and I love it so much. So I want to challenge myself in something different. And I feel like the skills translate and will make me a better racer all around. So
On Pit Road Racing is live from downtown Las Vegas on the WCOB, and our special guest joins us out of the state of Washington. 15-year-old racing sensation Danica Dark is with us on the satellite. And so growing up, did you have now you said your dad ran the World of Outlaws and sprint car racing. Was he your guy? Were you growing up? Was your father somebody that you looked to get into racing, or was there somebody else along the way that you saw on TV one day and said, man, I want to be like her or be like him?
yeah, so my dad really motivated me through open wheels and sprint cars and dirt stuff. But I look up to Brittany Zamora. I don't know if you know of her, but
I've heard
she's
of her.
from Washington. And yeah, I just look up to her and I want to have success like she did and move to North Carolina and just have so much fun with racing. So yeah.
There you go. And what, you got a couple of years of school left, right?
Yeah, I'm only a freshman, so
Oh, wow, you're only a freshman. So is college something down the road for you with this? I mean, if so, what would you like to study? I mean,
yeah, so I'm hoping to race as long as I can. Maybe get like a ride into a sprint car is what I would love because again, I feel like I'd be recognized more, and I have been in go-karts. I've been so much more recognized than in a late model. And
right.
So yeah, but a career I would like to do other than racing is become a pilot. I'm doing ground school right now and I'm going to start flying here pretty soon. So that's something I want to do to make my own money to pay for my own racing probably, unless I get a ride into something. I'm going with racing 100%, but for a
Wow.
backup plan, I'm hoping to become a pilot. I'm already on my way, so
So a pilot, are you looking to fly just private or are you looking to jump into commercial or something like you want to fly like a big 747 or something like that?
yeah, so Um, Flying is also one of my passions. So if racing is my main career, I'd like to be a private pilot and just do something on the side or just fly around my friends. But if racing is not in the picture when I'm 30 or whatever, definitely a commercial pilot. That's what I'm working towards, and I'm going to keep pushing for that.
Right. Most favorite track you've ever raced on?
Oh, geez. My favorite track I've ever raced on is probably, I don't know, Vegas. Definitely Las Vegas, because it's like a big Wenatchee and a big state line speedway. So I don't really know how to
Okay.
explain it, but I love it. It's like a challenging track, I feel like, because the both corners just like are different, like really
Correct.
different. So I love trying to be able to figure them out, and they translate to state line and Wenatchee because it's like a different shape and it's like fun. So
It
and
sounds like your
bigger.
tracks. It sounds like your track's got a little bit more look like Richmond. As it's got more of that. You said a D shape to it. Is that sort of more
Yeah.
like Richmond, to where this
Yeah.
one's just got the two big straightaways and those two big corners. Well, four corners, but they're actually divided into two big corners there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. State line is like 2 hours away, and it's just straight straightaways, two small tight corners. And whereas Wenatchee's more of like a wide straightaway going into a
Right.
wide corner, and then like a tight straightaway going into a tight corner, or vice
Wow.
versa.
That sounds really. I'm gonna have to look up the pictures of this. Or I'll find some footage of you and see this track. I'm interested in this track and how it's changed. Now let me ask you this: what is the hardest track you've ever raced on? I mean, one that, man, you're in the car and everything you're doing you think is right, and this thing is just biting you every which way. What's the toughest track you ever been on?
Yeah. I'd say probably I'd say Vegas, and that's my favorite track, which is weird, but every time I go down there, it's so challenging. Every time I get
Right.
better, but um, I will say that I'm better at 3 and 4, getting through that, and a lot of people aren't. They're better at 1 and 2. So I make like the really easy stuff overly complicated, and I make the harder stuff kind of easier, I'd say. I don't know if wrapping around a super tight corner should
Right.
be harder than a sweeper. So
Have you, when you were down here, did you happen a chance to meet Scott Gaffarini? Do you knew Scott is? He's the 7-time track champion at the Bull Ring.
yes, I think I seen him. I seen him the last couple times I've went down there. So
When you come out here in October, I'm going to find you in your pits and I'm going to take you over and introduce you to Scott. I think you'd really like Scott. He's a
yeah,
really good guy. And just to sit and listen, you guys pick each other's brains. And he's a type of guy, Danica, that he sits down with you younger racers and he's more than
uh-huh.
happy to help you out. He's a really, really nice guy. 7-time track champion. He's had offers to go to big league. He did some ASA racing. He actually had a shot at a truck ride. I guess, well, now it's the Craftsman Truck Series, but he turned it down. He loves the Bull Ring and he just loves the
Oh
challenge of that track. So that's it. Hey,
yeah, I
before I
bet.
let you go, I saw down on your, we'll get to all of your social media, but you're involved in the foundation and charity work. And I'd like for you to take a minute and explain to everybody what you're involved with there.
Yeah, so the Race Routine Foundation is a fentanyl awareness foundation, and Kevin Nudine, I don't know if you've heard of him, but they're based out of Spokane, and his son accidental overdose from fentanyl. And
Yep.
basically, I just like to represent them. And yeah, he's a really good guy and their whole family. And it's a really good foundation. And I'm hoping to race for them eventually. Not Race Routine
Right.
Foundation, but Kevin. So
Right.
in a sprint car. So yeah,
You keep saying sprint car. I just have a feeling
I
in the
love
next couple of years, I'm going to be seeing you. I'm going to see you at the dirt track. I think you got a shot.
well,
From what I read of your record, I mean, you are kicking rear ends and taking names, girl. And I mean, that's good. But you keep saying sprint car, and I just have this feeling by the time you're 15, you're almost 16. I have a feeling by the time you're 18 years old, we're going to see you on a dirt track somewhere. I really
Oh
do
yeah,
with a big
I
green.
really hope so. I just love like how like more I love how much more like aggressive I feel like it is and how you can just pass someone in one lap, and I just have so much confidence in an open wheel, like I've said, but I love late models too. They're so cool and just how they move and
Right.
just everything about them.
Are you a Tony
So
Stewart fan?
yeah, I am.
Are you? Yeah, well, I mean,
Yes.
you got to give it to Tony. I mean, Tony and Kyle Larson, if you heard the beginning part of the program, I mean, I don't think there's anybody, Danica, that can beat this kid on the track. I mean, what they suspended him a couple of years ago, right, for all the back talk and everything that happened. And what did he do? He went dirt racing and ran 90 events and won 85 or 86 out of 90 events. I don't
Yeah.
right now, pound for pound, talent for talent. I don't know if there's anybody in the track as good as Kyle Larson. What
I
do
know.
you think?
I really like well, I really like Kyle Larson, and one guy I used to look up to is Casey Kane. I think he was really good.
Did you hear that Casey Kane is actually considering coming back to NASCAR?
I did not know that.
Yeah. There was an article came out on NASCAR about 3 days ago that he said that he's really interested in it. And I have a feeling this could be something maybe possibly with Denny Hamlin and Jordan. It also could be with the Marxes, another car coming in there. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I like Casey too. I thought he got out of it way too soon.
Yeah.
I always heard this and Tony Stewart, I did an interview with Tony Stewart one time, and this is what he told me. He loved it. He said, but what it's come down to is that I've got to spend so much time with the sponsors now because those sponsors pay the bills, right? And he goes, that I don't get enough time on the track. And I think that's the way Casey went too, and I think that's the reason why he went dirt racing, because the commitment to all the sponsors wasn't as popular or as hard as what NASCAR is and some of the other motorsports and everything else.
Yeah.
What do you think about, are you into any open wheel? Do you like IndyCar racing? Do you like Formula One? Do you like any of that?
Yeah, I don't watch too much of it, if I'm being honest. I don't just like,
Okay.
I probably wouldn't just go out of my way, but I do watch it if it's on TV. I think it's very interesting, and I really hope I can go to Vegas and watch that Formula One race.
Oh, you want to come see it? Yeah, you want to come see us, and that's going to be a great. We've been talking about
so
this.
cool.
In 8 months, Danica, check this out. In 8 months, we got NASCAR coming back another time. We got NHRA coming back another time. Then we get Then we get the Formula One. Then we get Super Bowl. Then we get the Final Four for college basketball here. Then NASCAR's all back again, all within less than an 8-month period.
I know.
We are speed demons out here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I want to thank you so much for taking time. We saw your pictures come up, and I talked to Diane. I said, Diane, we got to have this little lady. We love doing this segment. This is for the local racers here. This is for you guys and gals out there that are spending times. And I guess before I get to this, now, do you turn wrenches?
Yes, I do, of course. Yes, I do.
Go. There we go. But this show is made for you guys out here. We talked to national guests. We've had Dale Earnhardt Jr. on. We've had Rusty on. We've had them all on here. I've interviewed the late great Dale Earnhardt. Was, him and Rusty were my two favorite guys growing up. But anyhow, this show is made for you guys to tell your story, to tell you how. So before we get to the closes, is there anything that you would like to say about yourself, about your racing career, something that maybe somebody that they don't know? So I'll give you a minute or so. Think of it. Is there anything you'd like to say?
I'd just like to thank everyone who's helped me get to where I am today. And I'm very grateful for everything I have and what I'm able to do. Not a lot of people get the opportunities to be in a late model or an open wheel, which a lot of people would really like to. And I just would love to help anyone or any young girls who want to get into the sport. So if anybody wants to, they can talk to me, and I would love to help them. So, yeah.
I want to appreciate that. And I want to think I wanted to say this too, that about 4 or 5 years ago, I lost my daughter to a fentanyl overdose. And in the racing business, we don't say tip the hat, we tip the helmet. So I would like to tip my helmet to you, Danica, for stepping up as a young lady growing up, a young woman growing up, and taking on a responsibility and a charity and working with people like that. That's, if you can see me, darling, that's much love right here to you. Much love, all right? Because that means a lot. You kids out there, these kids out here don't understand what this stuff all is. I understand everybody wants to have a good time, but they don't. It isn't the way it is. And I'm not here to promote drug use. That's not what I'm saying. The people are taking stuff that they don't understand what's in this stuff. They think it's one thing and it's another. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's so deadly and it's so scary. I want to try to raise as much awareness around it as possible, because there's so much deaths happening that nobody knows about, and I feel like it's not televised a lot. Like, I don't hear, there's so many fentanyl overdoses, and I don't hear, oh, like someone overdosed from fentanyl or accidental overdose from fentanyl. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't hear about it a lot, so I feel like a lot of people don't know about it, and I feel like you need to raise awareness for it, especially in this area. I'm not sure where you are if a lot of people know about it, but it's definitely not it's nobody talks about it. So,
you know, we're here in Las Vegas, and I mean, you know, this city is what this city is down here, and people come here to have a good time. They come here to party and everything else. And like I said, I am not here to push anything on anybody. It's just the way it is, but it's here. And people just don't realize that they think that they're going to buy whatever they think they're going to buy. And it's really not that, whether it's cocaine or this or that or whatever it is. And what it is, it's loaded up with fentanyl. And a lot of people don't understand. If you were to look down at your fingernail, it just takes, and I think, Danica, you've studied this, it just takes one little sniggle and it's
like
all done and over.
A tiny piece of lead on the end of your pencil. I went to this big event for it and was just walking around. It was like a concert and stuff. And it's just so crazy to me, like how little can kill someone and how many lives it's taken. It's so sad. And
it is.
Just sickening sometimes. I hate it.
Well, you've been a really great guest. You'll be here in October. Diane and I will see you at the Bull Ring, young lady.
Yes.
We'll make our way over. I will make sure that I got a golf cart standing by, so we'll get over from the track trip to come see you, and we'll go down there and maybe we'll get lucky because, you know, John Spilatro, it's SG Racing, Scott Gavarini, but Johnny Spilatro is part of that team down there. And we might get lucky. And if John's dad's there, he always cooks up really good sausage, onion, and green peppers on a hoagie roll. Oh, yeah, girl.
That sounds good.
Before I let you go, where can they contact you, social media, your websites, and everything else, Danica?
Yeah, so you can contact me through my website, danicadart.com. You can contact me on Instagram, Danica Dart Motorsports, or my Facebook, Danica Dart Motorsports, or you could email me, contact@danicadart.com, and that's about it.
You have yourself a really good summer season. Keep that pedal to the metal, girl. Don't take nothing from them guys. Don't take nothing from them, girl. One to go. You remember, remember this. If you remember Rusty Wallace, here's the Rusty Wallace rule with 3 to go. Either lead, follow, or get the heck out of my way because I'm coming through. There you go. All right. We're going to see you. We'll see you in October, Danica. Have a great rest of the season.
Thank you
so much. You're welcome, young lady.
I appreciate it.
You got it. Bye. Danica Dark, everybody. You give them a nice wave. Bye. There she is. We'll see her. In fact, we'll do a live track interview when you get down here, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You got it. We'll be back to wrap the show up right after this, everybody. Thank you, Danica.
The bright lights, the glitz, the glamour. It all means nothing without a shot. A chance to turn dreams into reality. To change your destiny. To make history. Nothing's given. Everything earned. It's more than a race. It's a shot at a championship.
Let's go get a championship, baby!
The NASCAR playoffs return to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400, October 13th through 15th.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless. Here, a lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Thank you, Jerry B. On pit road racing down the stretch we go on a Wednesday afternoon, top of the hour. Back with a full 2-hour show next week, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we'll have all the wrap-ups, everything going on. Biggest weekend of motorsports this weekend. It starts off breakfast in Monaco. Oh, man, I got to get over it. We got to talk Diane out there, and we got to find us a way to get to Monaco, man. Maybe I could talk Gene into taking the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame to Monaco one year. Anyhow, Monaco gets it off on the 28th, 6 a.m. East Coast time. Catch it on ESPN. Lunchtime, the 107th running of the Indy 500. NBC Peacock's got all the coverage. 11 a.m. Eastern time. Coverage starts then. Then we're going to go late afternoon barbecue dinner time in Charlotte, North Carolina, the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. Sunday, May 28th. Coverage starts on Fox, 4 p.m. for you. Want to thank Danica Dart. What a great lady. What a great little lady she was. This young lady's going to go somewhere. I just have this feeling. She's like that super late model. But she kept talking about that dirt racing. I just have a feeling in the next couple of years, we're going to see her out there in the wildest show on dirt. I really do. I think she's going to be a good one. Next week on this program, we're going to stay up in the state of Washington. This kid is really tearing them up in a super late, too. Hayden Plyborn will be with us via the satellite. Also next week, two-time United States National Speedway champion Brad Oxley is going to join us. Brad is also promoted down at Costa Mesa Speedway. Indy Mike's going to be back with us next week. Diane will be back in the studios. Great show lined up for us next weekend. Still, too, we're working with Gene's working with us. We're hoping to get Bruce Penhall on here. Bruce was a multiple champion, was a co-star on the television show Chips. He came in after Larry Wilcox left. So we're looking to talk to him. I think it'd be a great show there to have Bruce on. Fast Eddie Castro, my good buddy from down in California. I love Eddie. Eddie's getting up in age, but he's still slinging that dirt, man. We're going to get Eddie on. Our good friends over at GMS Racing, Grant Enfinger and that whole crew over there, Marty Gallagher. Got those guys lined up and getting ready to go. Before I cut out here, I want to mention one other thing. You can see it scrolling across the screens. And I want to talk to you real quickly about the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame before I leave. I'm going to show these shoes up to you again. We got thousands of pairs here. People said, we want to be a part of On Pit Road Racing. How can we do it? Real easy, folks. I'll give you a second here. Grab a pencil, grab a pen. 702-803-0875. 702-803-0875. Or at onpitroadracing@gmail. Drop us your name, your contact information. We'll send you everything. The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame is a 501c3. You saw the shoes. We've been going to local missions, churches. Gene and the crew were up in Sacramento. You saw Jerry B coming out of that last break. So this is how this works, folks. If you'd like to be part of On Pit Road Racing and the WCOBM network, give us a call. Here's the opening deal. $500 gets you 250 30-second commercials and your sponsorship of this program and the Hot Shoe. Your money, 100% of it will go to buy more shoes. That's right, more shoes. There's no hourly pay. There's no salaries taken out of this. 100% of your money. You're saying, well, Alan, do you do this show for free? Well, yes, in some circumstances, I do it for free because I believe in the cause. I have been there. I have seen it. I've been to churches. I've been to missions. You can see our Hot Shoe logo right here. 250 30-second spots, $500. And you're going to buy more shoes for us to help out. Young people, middle-aged people, older people, we've seen it all, folks. HotShoe, HOF.com. You see it scrolling across your screen right there. World Wide Web HotShoe, HOF.com. Once again, HotShoe, HOF.com. It'll give you all the stuff. We've got all the paperwork. This is a nonprofit. 100% of your money goes to it to buy more shoes for us to help more people. Summertime is coming. We've reached out to Project 150. These are teens. You'd be surprised on how many teens are homeless and need shoes. I don't know where you're living at. East Coast, West Coast, North, South. Out here on the West Coast, it's hot. Daytime temperature today was almost 96 degrees. We'll be topping 100, 105 real quick. So we want to put some shoes on people's feet. You can help us out, folks. Contact us at 702-803-0875. That number again, 702-0875. You can speak to Diane or myself. We'll be more than happy to send you all the information. It's very easy. We can send you a copy to prove that we are a 501c3. 100% of your donation is tax deductible, folks. Now, I'm not knocking any other radio station, television station. You buy advertising time with them, that's great. We encourage you to do that. But you only get to write so much of that off. When you deal with the nonprofits, you can write it all off. We'll send you all the paperwork, everything you need. $500 gets you 250 30-second spots. As a proud sponsor and a partner of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, On Pit Road Racing, and the WCOBM. That's what it's all about. I'm going to let that scroll across one more time for you. Go to HotShoe.com. And if you just like to give, if you're a listener out there who would just like to give, you don't have a business, but you'd like to help us out, hit that donate tab. Whether it's $1, $5, $10, $20, $100, $1,000, doesn't make a difference. The money goes to buy shoes to help people. That's what this program tries to do, is to help people. We enjoy our racing. We enjoy being at the track. We get so many privileges, so much freedom here in this country. So it's time to turn around and help some people out when we can. HotShoe, HOF.com. Hit a donate button, make a donation. And once again, if you'd like to be part of this program, 2.1 million followers across the network, almost 100,000 on the social media. We can get your business out there. We can create some business for you. We can get your phone to ring for you. And we can talk racing. Next week on this program, once again, Hayden Blackborn's going to be with us. He's from Spokane, Washington, drives a super late model. We got some West Coasters. We're going East Coast in a couple of weeks, too. Also next week, Brad Oxley, U.S. National Speedway Champion, 1987, 1999. He's also a promoter down at Costa Mesa. What a great track that is. Special shout out our good friends at Irwindale. Want to say hi to those guys down there, man. You guys have a great weekend of racing. We're going to get down to Irwindale and see you real soon. Our good friends out at the Bull Ring, everywhere. Local tracks everywhere. Have a great time. Biggest racing weekend, everybody. Monaco for breakfast, Indy for lunch, Charlotte for dinner. We'll be back next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Special guest with us, and have a good time. I appreciate y'all listening to us. Thank you so much. Alan Michaels for On Pit Road Racing at the WCOBM. Have yourself a great, safe Memorial Day weekend. Please don't drink and drive. You want to have a good time, have a barbecue, enjoy a few beers, hand your keys over. If you're hosting a party out there this weekend, make sure you got a little space on the floor, an extra bedroom, cot, sleeping bag, blanket, pillow. If you got guests over that have had a little too much, take their keys away from them, folks. Don't let them drink and drive. Don't let them hurt themselves. Don't let them hurt anybody else. Till next Wednesday, 5 p.m., Alan Michaels, WCOBM on Pit Road Racing. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for On Pit Road Racing. Follow us on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at On Pit Road Racing. On Pit Road Racing is written and produced by WCOBM TV. I'm John the announcer for On Pit Road Racing.